So as a guy, if you go to a bar or a club, while I'll grant that on rare occasions a woman might approach you, this is exceedingly a rare occurrence. So it's totally different. So when you go out to the bar or club, you can be pretty certain that you're going to get approached. Like if I go out to a bar or club, there's no world where I can expect, oh yeah, tonight like 3 girls are going to hit on me and want to me tonight and put in all the work to try to me tonight.
You'd be surprised.
When I was younger, I've been to bars and clubs. That's
but
not how it works.
But it's different now. Women are very more like,
no, they're not.
You're out here sending DMs. Not. We're out here shooting our shot. It's different now.
I run away from men in the clubs 9 out of 10 times, honestly.
Okay, you don't find love in the clubs. Yeah. If you want to find a drink, it's easy to.
Yeah, girls don't approach in the club. I mean, you can say that, but that's total cap. How many times have you approached a guy in the club?
Well, to get like a drink or to get in their section.
To have sex with them?
Oh, no, 0.
So hold on, you're being so disingenuous right now. So you'll approach a guy to get his alcohol, but you don't have any actual romantic interest. Yeah. Whereas what I'm talking, so you're not like actually.
That's the only time I would approach a guy.
So you just defeated your own argument. So there's no risk. So essentially you're just saying there's absolutely no risk of a guy going to a club and actually having a woman sexually pursue him.
I mean, if your man is like a model and he's attractive enough, I think that women would gravitate towards him. But like, as a woman, I wouldn't go approaching men with the intent to sleep with them. I would be approaching them with the intent to get a free drink or like to get a seat at their VIP section so I don't have to stand in my heels all night at the club.
Right. But when I say women don't approach men, when I'm talking about, I guess technically you're approaching them so you could procure alcohol. That's not really what I'm talking about. When men approach women, they're typically trying to procure a relationship or a sexual experience or something like that. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. By your own admission here, you've just said that, okay, well, women don't really go to the club to do that really, whereas men do. This would seem to further establish my position.
I still said I go to the clubs to sit at VIP sections and hang out with my homegirls and get free drinks.
Yeah. But
I started with that initially and I'm ending with that too. Whether the free drinks come from a promoter who's paying me to bring girls to the club and giving me free bottles, or it's coming from guys who are paying for these sections and bottles.
Why do you think guys go to clubs?
For the ladies, for sure.
Okay. To get laid, right?
Sure. Okay. So
they're not getting that from me though.
Why do girls go to the club?
To dance with their girls, to listen to good music, dress up, be cute, take photos for the Instagram,
drink some good liquor,
have an excuse to wear
1994,
I do tend to see women, though, mostly not go to clubs where there's only women to dance. That's really strange.
Where are there clubs with only women?
You would think, for instance, that if it were true that women only wanted to go to the club so that they could dance with other women to tell each other how cute they were, that they would go to a club that was exclusively for women.
Do they have
those?
They
do
have girls' nights.
Hang on. That's super strange. Can you explain why that is?
Well, actually, when I was out in New York trying to look at the nightlife, they had like LGBTQ nights and like lesbian nights, and they're like all the girls and the gays are invited. And I was like, I would love to go to something like that. Have to not be worried about a guy trying to sexualize you. Yeah, prey on you. Exactly. Like I would love to go to one of those too.
So some clubs may have a gay night where you can go in and hang out with gay women, I guess. But
or just girls.
99% of the time that you have gone to a club, my assumption is that there are men at those clubs, yeah?
Mm-hmm, but the men aren't why
not go
I'm
to a
coming.
Club? Why not? Well, so why not go to a club where there's no men, where it's just exclusively
Do you
women?
know a club where there's only women? Let me know. I'll be there.
Yeah, well, you would think if this was a viable model that one of you, the glorious entrepreneurs who own 50,000 businesses, would simply start an all-women's club.
You know, I actually might.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'll take that.
I already own an all-girls company.
Next
anyways.
business is a
Well, it's
new
interesting.
female.
It's interesting to me because you just said that your perception of the club experience is men preying on women. Wouldn't that further establish men having more pretext and justification for not wanting their girlfriends to go to the club? Because by your own admission, men prey on women in these environments, but women don't typically prey on men in these environments.
Yeah, but
so that's another differential that just further establishes my position that if you're in a relationship with a woman, she should not be going out to a bar or club.
But it's kind of
Thank
like
you.
the
Thank you for
standard.
making
VIP
my point. I
sections
appreciate
though,
it. What's
the
that?
guys like prey on you. They stand by the bar and they look at you, or they're on the dance floor looking at you
So just
from
to
the
be,
corner
wait,
of the
so
club.
your experience of going to nightclubs and bars is men
VIP
prey,
sections.
men prey on you. Why the f- would you go to these environments?
What if you
Explain
take
that to
your
me.
man with you?
Just where
Is that
else?
different?
I invite him to all the clubs with me too.
Does he go?
Yeah, and he's like, all your guy friends
That's-
just want to you, this and that.
Why would you go to as a guy? Why would you go to the bar if you already have a girl?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no reason as a guy to go to a bar or nightclub absent trying to find a woman. You already have a woman. So
I think
why
it's
would
the
you go
same.
there with her?
I think it's the same for girls too. And every relationship that I've been in, unless I was with them, I didn't go to clubs or bars, because if I was going out, I would want them there. And I think as women, we can all admit that when you get drunk at a club, you are looking for a companion, and like that is the goal of going there. So like if you're in a relationship, for me at least, like if I'm drinking and I'm not with a boyfriend, then like that's the only person I want to be with. So I personally haven't, and it's just like a natural decision. I've never been asked not to. I just think it's something I'm gravitate towards, you know?
So no one here has been to a women's only club or like a femme event? No?
Well, I would assume that let's assume for a moment that all of them have, right? Just for like the sake of argument. There's no possible way that that's 99% of the experiences, right? Not most of the time that women are going to clubs, they're not going to same-sex clubs so that they can dance so that other girls can see. They're going to clubs with the opposite sex because they want to get their drink spot, right? I mean, isn't that actually the case?
And they want
They want to get
attention
the drink spot.
and validation.
Well, I don't drink alcohol at all, so I'm not going to a club for alcohol at all. I'm going to like get stress out and dance and actually enjoy myself, because I don't really like involving myself around people, period. They stress me out.
Yeah, well, and that may be true, but you would have to admit that you're an exception to the rule, right? So it's not that all women always only go to clubs for the purposes of having drink spot to them, right?
No.
But most women seem to go to clubs so that they can dance, and they want to go to clubs where men are because those men will buy their drinks, right? I mean, is that not the case? Or do you think that most women go to clubs because they don't want their drink spot when they could go to a same-sex club?
I mean, being single now and going out to the clubs with my girls, we don't just kind of like depend on a man to buy us drinks. We'll pregame before. I also don't drink too much myself, so I'll be smoking before. But my ex
If you're
did end
pre-gaming,
up-
then you're planning on it. So literally, if you're pre-gaming, that is planning. So you're saying,
Planning what?
What do we do if the guys don't buy our drinks? Well, then we'll buy our
Well,
drinks.
because you don't have to
right?
depend on a man
That's
to go
literally
out and
planning
have
to
a good
drink
night with
spot
your
for you.
homegirls. You can supply your own drinks, so it doesn't always have to boil down to a man. But my ex did end up becoming a club promoter anyway, so his job ended up becoming to get all the girls to come to the VIP section, and I had to be okay with that during our relationship too. I didn't like the thought of him being at a table with 10 girls in a section at the club, getting them free drinks
Yeah,
all
but
night.
earlier you said, wait, that makes no sense, because earlier you said, yeah, but the reason I do this socialization is because it's like for networking purposes and because you're making that money. But somehow when he's doing the socialization, because he's making that money, that's bad.
Because I'm going with just me and my homegirls. He's going and he has to find other girls from the club. He's not there with his boys. He's not there with his girl best friends. He's there finding girls like me and my friends to bring out to the clubs. But we also broke up for that reason, because neither of us liked that both of us were going to be
We
in
do
the
have to get
clubs.
through the rest
So
of
it's rules for he, but not for she.
He had to go follow these girls on Instagram. I didn't. I was there to look pretty at the table, get free drinks with my girlfriends all around me.
But-
and when you
Yeah,
travel
but, I
in
mean,
packs
it's a
with more
job for
girls,
both of you,
it's
right?
more intimidating for guys to come approach you as a girl in a group of 8 instead of me being like alone on the dance floor by the bar. Then a guy would come up and approach me. But I'm literally in secluded sections. There's like ropes, there's bodyguards and stuff around us. Like no man praying is just gonna come up on me.
Yeah,
Wait,
but the idea here still is that you're doing this for money, he was doing this for money, right? So
But
it
I
just,
also said the extent of us connecting stayed in the club. I only ever talked to people if they were in the club. They never got my number or my Instagram. He would have to connect with these girls outside of the club, get their number, get their Instagram, and bring them into the club, is what I'm saying.
because that was his job.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
But he's getting paid for it. But y'all are saying I can't get paid for it and do the same thing. It's different being a girl.
I'm holding you to your standard, right? I'm not saying what you can or can't do. I'm just saying that if your standard is, look, I need to obsess over this dude because every click, that he does on anybody's Instagram, that could be that he's having an affair or something like this, which is legitimate. I just think that if you're also going to the club and doing the same type of nightlife, even though it may have a slightly different context, it seems fair that if you say it's okay for me to do it because there's money involved, that you would apply that same standard to him, right?
Yeah, the ratio of me going out is 9 girls to maybe 1 promoter. But when it's him, it's going to be the 1 promoter to the 9 girls that he's going to be around. It's just different. That's
I don't know why, because you add friends, somehow it makes it better. Like, I don't, are your friends just like holding you to account? Or they're like, girl, you can't do X, Y, and Z. No, they're not holding you to account, right? They're out
that's
partying,
what my
right? Like
friends
rock
do.
stars.
My friends are loyal, so they would be the type to promote monogamy in the club and not promote cheating behavior.